We have been working remotely, and as it seems, we will continue in this kind of a virtual remote setup for a while. At least it's not any end yet, and not any soon. So I realized several things during the past days and weeks. So what has really happened? Actually, a lot of people and a lot of candidates from outside Finland, usually for the Finnish companies, but very often location of the hiring and location for the candidate was outside Finland. So I have been actually doing video interviews for a long time by now, and I have mastered it. Of course, at the beginning it has been new and I didn't like it at first, but now I actually got to use to video interviews and a remote recruitment process and meeting candidates only over the virtual video tools, and it works very well for me. I got used to it, but I know that many of my colleagues and recruiters or some of my competitors, they really don't like it. They feel like you cut their legs because suddenly we cannot have the visual, we cannot see your body language. We only, well, in the good case, I can see candidates, face and shoulders, but I don't see your whole body. So we are usually used to got first impressions already by how you are moving when you enter the room, how are you dressed, how do you sit, what kind of a body posture you have, how do you move, and all this is actually not possible when you do the video interviews. So you need to kind of replace your strong visual senses with actually more and stronger audio sense, and you need to pretty much learn new skills, how to actually assess and evaluate the candidate over the video. And while face-to-face interview still will be probably even my preferred way if I can choose, I have learned to deal with the remote and video interviewing. And there are many positive sides, and I want to share those today, because today is all about sharing the positive and what is actually good in these new habits or new ways of working. So what is new? First of all, we have our kids at home, those who have children. So I have been interviewing past few weeks still, finishing few recruitment processes, and even though I have been used to be doing the job from home, my candidates were probably not. And now they have children at home, wives at home. So I just recall one interview a few days ago, candidate with me over the video, and suddenly his kid is coming to the room behind his back, picking up some toys and running away. And it was like a scene from this BBC funny video when the reporter is and then his kids come to the room. So something similar, kids entered, took the toys, left, and didn't get bothered that father has a job interview, and he didn't get bothered either. And that was actually very natural start of our conversation, because I could kind of connect to it. I could ask about his kids, how many he has, how old they are, and how is actually his life and situation currently. And right away it kind of brought a more natural conversation, and we get more relaxed. And currently we have actually common topic, all of us. We have this global pandemic situation. So it's a kind of very natural topic for any kind of icebreak discussions, at the very first, because every candidate is kind of coming to an interview with certain expectations and stress, because they want to manage it well. They are really interested in the job. But now I open the topic, this is a common topic, it's a common challenge, he is at home, I am at home, so we have right away something to discuss and to connect. So it's also good. And many candidates, since they are interviewed over the video, they are actually less formal. And this is something I experienced already before this situation of pandemics came. But what has changed? Before pandemics, if they had a video interview, they would come up with a suit and tie and very formal and very tight, because they somehow think that I expect them to be dressed up even if it's a video interview. And now that pressure is gone, because we are all at home. And actually I just realized that no matter whether you are vice president or what executive, they are less formally dressed because they do it from home. And that again creates a very different atmosphere to the interview. It's more relaxed right away. The discussion flows very differently. They kind of like don't use their shields, they don't protect themselves, and they don't create that image of an executive with the clothing. So yeah, we have a common topic, naturally flows, conversation is much more nice, and I somehow started to feel that it is kind of more relaxed, and actually I get the authentic candidate, because at the end of the day there are very many candidates still who come to an interview and they are actually not performing very well in formal situations. It's a stressful situation because you want to get the job, you are interested in it, and then you come to a meeting. I am there physically, and of course even the physical space, closeness or distance creates certain effect. So now when it's over the video, they somehow feel less threatened physically. Normally I don't bite, but if I would in the interview, I cannot do it over the video. So they feel actually safer when it's over the video. They are far away, I cannot, touch them or hit them. So it's kind of, I was just thinking now, like, why these interviews during past weeks were somehow different, and they were more relaxed, they were less formal, people were more authentic. I actually got much quicker to the core of the personality than if it's a really formal standard interview when you are kind of coming up dressed up and tight. So I think many things work better for me. And and since they are less formal, the discussion is more natural, and I really get much better impression from the person, more accurate perception. And also for me, certain things have changed, because in headhunting especially, it's all about reaching out to candidates who are not actively looking for a job. So guess what? Now everyone is at home. It was extremely easy to call, to connect, to reach out, to have that discussion, because everyone is working from home. The colleagues and managers are not behind their back. They don't need to search a meeting room to have a confidential discussion. So it has been much easier to connect. It was much faster. And because I couldn't invite them to meet me in an office, and it had to be over the video, we saved a lot of time. So it made me think that, is this something I could and should continue doing after the pandemic is over? Because I have been doing it, of course, with all the interviews abroad, but now I'm thinking, should I do it also with the candidates in Finland? First of all, it would save your time. You don't have to dress up, you don't have to come to the office to meet me face to face, you don't need to travel across the whole Helsinki. But also, you could do it, from comfort of your home. So, and because I don't need to wait for you to find that time to actually travel and meet me, the whole recruitment process was actually much shorter, because you can find 1 hour time to do it over the video in the morning, in the evening, or during the day currently very easily. If I want to meet you face to face, you need to really arrange your calendar, especially if you are a senior leader and having the full day meetings, back and forth. So it's not so easy. So actually, last few weeks I was able to manage the process in a much shorter way. So I started to think that it would be actually really great to perhaps keep these habits even for the future. What are the new habits, perhaps, or new things you experienced past few weeks that you would like to actually continue doing? The positive things that you experience right now and think, wow, this is cool, I can do it even after the pandemic is over, because actually I never thought it's good. We have a tendency to be very hesitant, we don't like new things, and now we have to. So now once we try out of comfort zone, perhaps we will be surprised how many things we can adopt and they will become a new norm. So let me know in the comment field under the video what has changed for you, what are the new things you would like to start doing, even if it's not needed. I can't wait to read those comments. I will try to reply as soon as I can, and follow this page, and I will be posting some surveys and polls on different topics during upcoming days. Thank you for watching. Have a lovely weekend. Stay safe and well. Bye!